Om. You can all be in mute when I chant the Prarthana, and you can chant yourself also. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samapprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावदीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः. So again, just a quick note on this Prarthana shlokas. You might have all heard this, so this is should not be a very anything new about the shlokas. Only one point I want to mention, the Sahana Bhavatu is actually a Vedic mantra. So the rest of them are all shlokas. So the shlokas, there is broad leeway in terms of pronunciation. Even if you make some mistakes, it is all right. But the Vedic mantra, generally it is advised that you learn the Vedic mantra from an acharya and then chant. So for that reason, what we will do is we will only chant the first three shlokas. Next time onwards, I'll ask each one of you to chant the Prarthana mantras, Prarthana shlokas. So first three shlokas, each one of you can chant. And if you have learned the Vedas from someone, you can chant the Vedic mantra also. Even though everybody knows Sahana Bhavatu, but still, if you have not learned, then there might be some scope for some mistakes. So just want to avoid any Vedic mistakes. Shlokas are all right. Even if you make mistakes, it does not affect much. Okay. So with that, I'll just give a very basic introduction about myself, and I'll invite each of you to introduce yourself. To start off with English, very, very basic introduction is enough, because we are going to introduce ourselves again in Sanskrit later on in the class. So my name is Deepak. I am based in Melbourne in Australia. Been learning Sanskrit for the last 2-3 years. So as you can see, I'm not an expert. I'm also a learner only. But I have been learning Vedanta Shastra and other related subjects for the last 10 plus years. Through that, I have built some familiarity in Sanskritam, whereas formally learned Sanskrit in the last 2 years. So this is about me. I'll invite each of you to come unmute yourself and quickly introduce. And when you introduce, I also want you to mention what is your objective in learning Sanskrit and what has been your exposure with Sanskrit before this class. So, Venkatji, you want to unmute yourself and go.
Namaskara, Deepakji. Namaskara, Sarvebhya. My name is Venkat Raman. I go by Venkat. I've been a student of Vedic chanting from a guru for the last 25 years. Lately, learning Vedanta very regularly. I've been off and on learning some Vedanta. And my objective for learning, formally I've learned Sanskrit when I was in school, maybe 3 years. But the declinations, the Shabda, Rama, 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 all that I forgot. Which Prayoga I have forgotten. So I want to get back to using basic Sambhashana Sanskrit to that level, be comfortable and understand reading some basic texts and things like that. And as I understand, maybe you can correct me, the Sanskrit in Vedic texts are different. They have different, maybe not significantly, but from the way the Sulabha, the casual Sanskrit is spoken or used. So my interest is in getting to that also eventually. Thank you. Dhanyavada.
Thanks. Very quickly, Venkatji. So yes, you're right. Vedic Sanskrit is very different and very high level. Even I don't know that level of Vedic Sanskrit, as I mentioned. And so we in this class we will only address some basic Sanskrit. And as I said, this is only a very starting stage of the journey. There is you know, steps involved to get reach higher levels. And if you, because you have got 20, 25 years of familiarity with Sanskrit, you might, if you find this very basic, you know, you can let me know, and then, you know, we can probably see how we can address your needs. Okay. All right. Bharat Kumarji.
Hello, my name is Bharat Sri Perumbudur. I live in State College, Pennsylvania. So I have been basically studying Vedanta for the last 6-7 years, and I'm also basically learning to chant Samvedam for the last 5 years, and I've learned Yajurvedam for at least the important ones in Yajurvedam for the daily chanting for puja, so that I have learned. So, and my goal in actually enrolling for this course is to actually get to a level. I mean, I know this is a beginning course, but my goal is to basically use this as a stepping stone and do more courses to get to a level where I'll be able to. Basically, my goal is to basically use this language as a aid in understanding Vedanta in a better way. Basically, read Shankara Bhashyam and things like that. So that's my end goal.
Okay, ji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's next? Pavitra ji.
Namaste Acharya. My name is Pavitra Ramaswamy. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. And the reason for me learning Sanskritam is I'm quite familiar with Sambhashana Sanskritam and have been learning till Gita Sopanam. But the thing is, I'm struggling with the vibhaktis, and maybe it's just the age. I'm not I'm like everywhere I flatter there. So I thought, like, when I saw this course, I was learning Kaivalya Upanishad class from our Ashta Seva, and then I saw this. So I thought I'm also wanting to write an exam in some Samskrita Pratimala, some thing is there. So I thought this has a very defined goal and homeworks and everything. So I thought if I go through this rigorous path, then maybe I'll get to that state soon, and then, you know, give my exams at some point. That is my goal, Acharya.
Okay, thank you so much. I think all of you have got some exposure to Vedanta, which is very good to know. So I was wondering, you know, maybe we'll go through other introductions also. So Sriramji.
Namaste, Mahodaya. I am actually not that well versed with Vedas, but just starting to learn Vedas. My name is Sriram Mahalingam. I'm based in Palakkad, Kerala. And my objective is to basically learn Sanskrit in a structured manner so that it helps me in terms of what I'm trying to practice in a daily life.
Okay, thank you, Ji. And Alamelu Ji.
Sarvebhya Namaskaraha. I'm Alamelu, right now living in Kumbakonam, Tamil Nadu. And I have very basic knowledge in Sanskrit. I'm really wondering the other participants who are having a wide exposure in Sanskrit, but this gives me even a kind of happiness that I'm part of this course, and I'm a very basic learner for this course, and I've done few courses from the Asavidya Mandram Adya with 2 courses, and my objective here is I'm working as a faculty in Shastra University, where I'm part of Indian knowledge system, inculcating the basic values to my own students. So this opportunity of learning Sanskrit and learning even that will help me to provide them the basic knowledge in Sanskrit or other Indian value system. That's the base purpose for which I have joined the course. Dhanyavadaka.
Okay, so I mean, after listening to all these introductions, I feel that, I don't know. I was wondering who is the Acharya in this class. Maybe all of you are Acharyas, and I have to learn a lot. So maybe, instead of calling me Acharya, I'm more like a facilitator in this class. So we have a structured program, so we can all facilitate, our learning so collectively. So I think that's the objective. So I'll quickly go to some slides, and we will probably start with some introductory sentences, and many of you may be already familiar. So first of all, Kaksha Niyamaha. So some of the do's and don'ts in the class. Some basic, I think all of you might be familiar. So just to be respectful of the time, so be on time. So it's 1.5 hours, but it may be a little early for people in India, maybe a little late for people in US. So it's better to be on time. And obviously be muted while you're talking. If you want to talk, maybe put up the Zoom, the chat notification, sorry, the hands up notification. So I'll ensure that everybody gets a chance. And as I said, turn on the video. Not probably always possible. We understand, internet stability may be an issue, etc. So wherever possible, please turn on the video. And of course, avoid interrupting others. And then I think you mentioned about the Grihakaryam or homework. We would like to give homework every week. So I think myself and my colleague teacher who is teaching another class on Monday, we have tried to coordinate between ourselves. So we'll mostly teach the same material every week. So even if you miss this class, you can catch up with the other class or vice versa. And the material will be posted after the Monday class is done. So you will see that the material will get posted Monday evening sometime, India time, or Tuesday morning. By Tuesday morning, it should get posted. And some homeworks might be given. So this homeworks is more for practice than anything else, rather than to give you more work. It's more to practice what we have taught in the class. So, outside the class also, you are thinking about this subject and practicing. So that is the idea of the homework. And I think this semester is nearly 5-6 months. At the end of the semester, there might be a test that is planned, I think. So this will probably go on till January or so. I think the test might be in January or February for this first term. And then there will be a second term also subsequently. And there is a structured syllabus. This is the 7th year of Arsha Seva Kendram teaching Sanskrit. So obviously, the others, so 7 years of introductory courses. So this is the 7th year actually of. So we have a very structured syllabus. So the material, we don't have to invent anything new. All the material has been there for previous years, which we use all the time. And obviously, before we start, I also want to mention the glory of this language, right? So what we should all be really proud of as Bharatiyas is Sanskritam, the language, the name itself says Sanskritam actually means it's well constructed. So it's very sophisticated, and if you see, very, very advanced in terms of how sentences, words, etc. are constructed in this language. It's a very strong method to this. So there's nothing is casual about this. In a sense, it's not like, there are, like, for example, in English or some other language, there is a word named John. Now, if you ask what John actually means, nobody knows. It's just a name. There is no meaning or no nothing to it. Whereas in Sanskritam, every word, everything has a meaning, and you can actually break down all the words into different meanings, and hence it's a beautiful language from that sense. So obviously, all our shastras and the great teachings, timeless teachings like Bhagavad Gita, etc., are all in this language. So that is an added incentive to kind of know. So this is like almost like a key to the treasure house of knowledge that is there in our culture. So it's a great blessing that we have this language, and it is still thriving. And I'm sincerely thankful to all of you to take the first step initiative to kind of know, even though many of you are very, very familiar with the language, it looks like, so should be not a surprising thing at all. So I'll go to the first one. So today's lesson is Swaparichayaha. Swaparichayaha means introduction, like introducing yourself. So we'll cover three or four basic things when we introduce. First one is our basic identifier or a unique identifier, Nama. So Nama Kim. So what's our name? How do you ask someone what your name is, and how do we actually answer? And then we introduce ourselves in relation to something else, or with relative to our possessions. So relations and possessions. So that is the second aspect. The third one is where do you live? So kutra vasati. So where do you live? And then kim karoti. What do you do? So these are the four questions we will try to answer. So at the end of the class, when we have gone through these, I would like to again, like whatever you introduced, with these four questions in mind, you can play back the answers. So that will form as an introduction. So at the end of this class, at least you would have achieved that. So, if somebody asks, we should be able to reply in Sanskrit with respect to an introduction, a basic introduction, a simple, there is nothing complex about this. And if you can't understand English words for some of this, it's fine. So you can use English for some sentences, that's all right. And then the second aspect we will try and cover is Sambodhana. Sambodhana is like, how do you call someone else? So that aspect we will cover actually. And then finally, we have a very small story, a very basic Sanskrit story, just to get familiarity with reading Sanskrit texts. So we will try to cover that. So this is what I want to cover in the next 1 hour or so, and we will go from there. Okay. Now, first of all, what is your name? So this is a very basic question. So the way to ask this question is Bhavataha Nama Kim. So Bhavataha comes from Bhavan, and Bhavatyaha comes from Bhavati. So this why Bhavataha, why Bhavatyaha, we will learn later on when we talk about vibhaktis and all that. For right now, just say what is your name. See, the thing is, Bhavan and Bhavati is not exactly you, right? The word you in English. It is, if you know Hindi, it is more like aap, or in Tamil, it is tangal, that kind of a word. So it is more respectful. It is not you. So you is generally considered slightly disrespectful. And there's another advantage of using Bhavataha, Bhavatyaha instead of tvam, which is you. The reason is tvam actually belongs to another. So it is they talk about Purushaha, so which is like Uttama Purushaha, which is the first person. Then there is Madhyama Purushaha, that is the second person, that is you and all that. And then there is Prathama Purushaha, so that is the third person. So now, if you look at you, if you use you, then that belongs to Madhyama Purushaha, which means the usage of vibhaktis and everything also will change. Whereas we are now sticking only to the Prathama Purushaha, which is the third person. So using of Bhavan and Bhavati, actually it belongs to the third person, and hence some of the usages, some of the words that we will use also will be very simple and to start off with. So we don't have to complicate this with multiple Purushas, etc. Then when you ask, it will be something. When you answer, it will be something else. All of that. Obviously, we will learn all of that as we go along. So right now we are avoiding all those complexities by keeping it really simple. So here, so we are talking about Bhavataha Nama Kim. Bhavataha, na, what is your name? Okay. And Bhavatyaha Nama Kim. So Bhavataha, Bhavan, Bhavati. So again, there is another concept of lingam in Sanskrit, which is gender. So there is, if you are addressing a male, you say Bhavan, and if you're addressing a female, you say Bhavati. So these are the two genders, as you would say, and most of the languages have gender, so it should be nothing completely new to any of you. But in Sanskrit, there is also, we will learn about this as we go along. So there is Pullingaha, which is the male gender, then Strilingaha, which is female, and then there is also the Napumsakalingaha, which is neuter gender. So there are three genders. So as I already introduced you some basic concepts, there are three genders: male, female, and neuter. And the important thing is most of the languages, whether it is English or any of the regional languages, many of the regional languages, I should say, the gender of the word is derived from the gender of the object. So if the person is a female, then the name reference also generally is female. The word also will carry a female notation, and same with male and all that. In Sanskrit, that need not always be the case. Mostly it is, especially for names and all, it will mostly be male names will be Pullingaha, female names will be Strilingaha. But there is also other words themselves might have different genders. So words genders will be different from the object's gender. So it will be, so I don't want to confuse you with all that right now. Just be aware that, the words themselves might have some genders. So for now, let us not worry about all that. Very simple. Lingam, there is Pullingam, which is male, Strilingam, which is female, and Napumsakalingam, which is neuter. So these three genders, and then I spoke about Purushaha, which is like first person, second person, and third person. So third person in Sanskrit we refer as Uttama Purushaha. So for those of you who have learned Vedanta, you would know that Aham is the key word to actually decipher in Vedanta. So that is the Uttama Purushaha. Whereas in English and other language, you call I as the first person, and then second person and third person. Here it's slightly reverse. Okay, so that is another thing to be aware of. So now we'll go to this simple question: Bhavataha nama kim? What is your name? So in English it is the same question whether you ask a male or a female, but in Sanskrit it is Bhavataha nama kim if you're asking a male person, and then Bhavatyaha nama kim. So for a female person. So this is the question, and how do you answer that? So here again, Mama Nama Ramaha. My name is Rama. Or in my case, if I have to answer for myself, Mama Nama Deepakaha. Okay, and then Mama Nama. So all that. So what we will do right now is we have given some sentence. Don't worry about all that, but let's go one by one and answer this much. Mama Nama. So Bhavataha Nama Kim is the question that I asked. So you answer one by one. So I may call you by name, so which means I already know your name, but you please use Sanskrit to answer this question. Okay. So Pavitra ji.
Mama Nama Pavitra.
Okay. Sri Ram ji.
Mama Nama Sri Ramaha.
Sri Ramaha. So now here I want to point out. So Sri Ram ji said Sri Ramaha, whereas Pavitra ji said Pavitra. Why not Pavitraha? It is because, again, it comes back to, you might know this instinctively or intuitively, but from a Sanskrit grammar perspective, Pavitra is a Strilinga Shabda. So it ends with it's a Strilinga Shabdam. So hence, when you have Strilinga Shabdam, generally don't have the Visarga in the end. But it's only a generic guideline, right? It is not a strict rule. There are so many exceptions to this. Okay. So, but just most of the names that we come across normally, they'll have Sita, Lata, Gayatri, Parvati, all of this it's either akarantaha, ikarantaha, or ukarantaha. There are other Strilinga Sabdas also. But typically akarantaha or ikarantaha. That is what you see typically. And similarly for Pullinga Shabdas, so see Sri Ramaha, he said. So Ramaha is in fact, that is the first Shabda we learned in Sanskrit, Rama Shabdam. Sri Ramaha is also an extension of Rama Shabdam only. So similarly, most of the Pullinga Shabdas, it's like Ramaha, so Akarantaha, Ikarantaha, okay, Ukarantaha, like Guruhu, Arihi, Ikarantaka, Guruhu, and all of that. So these are all typical male words. And then Napumsaka Lingam, generally we won't come across this in the context of a name, but like, Pustakam, Sanganakam, all of this is Napumsaka Lingam. Generally ends with im. Generally. That doesn't mean always it will end with im. But these are all some small clues. For basic words, mostly this will be true. So that is what we have to keep in mind. Okay. So we'll go across. Alameluji.
Mama nama Alamelu.
Okay. Venkatji.
Mama nama Venkatraman.
Yeah, Venkataramaha. So in Sanskrit, when you see
Venkatarama.
Venkataramaha. Okay. Bharatji.
Mama nama Bharataha.
Bharataha. Okay. I think one more person has joined. Shiba, is it? Shiba Nisa? Yeah.
My name is Shibani Atskalkar.
Okay. So you can say Mama Nama Shibani.
Shibani. Mama nama
Shibani.
Shibani.
Shibani. So E. The Sri Linga generally ends with E. Okay. So I don't know how you write in your native. I think we have not got your introduction, Shibani ji.
Yes,
We'll come to
I
that.
joined late.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
So this is how you answer. So if I have to ask, let's say Bharatji, if you have to ask Venkatji, what is your name? How will you ask? You can unmute yourself.
Bhavataha nama kim?
And Venkatji, you can just.
Mama nama Venkatramaha.
Similarly, maybe Venkatji, if you have to ask Alameluji, how will you ask her name?
Bhavatyaha nama kim?
Mama nama Alamelu.
Okay. So Alameluji, you can ask who else is there. Sorry, Zoom doesn't show everyone. I only see these 3-4 names. So who else is there actually? Shibani ji, right? Is there anyone else other than this?
Sriram.
Sriram ji. So Alameluji, you can ask Sriram ji his name.
Bhavataha nama kim?
Mama nama Sri Ramaha.
Okay. And similarly, Shibani ji, can you try asking Pavitra ji what her name is?
Bhavatyaha nama kim?
Mama nama Pavitra.
Okay. So we will have more occasions to ask questions and answers. So and go on like that. So we'll go to the next one. So this one is about introducing one more qualification about yourself. So this might need more words, familiarity of more words. So if you are not familiar, that is fine. We will try to answer this as much as possible. And if you have to find out, there are websites like Sanskrit dictionary websites where you can go and find out your profession specifically. Okay. So here, what we are asking is, who are you? Bhavan kaha? So this is another way of answering the name. You can give your name and you can give some more things also. Like for example, who are you? Means I am so and so. As in my name is so and so. So that I can say my name is, or I can say I am Deepak also. Okay. Aham Deepakaha. Also I can say, instead of saying Mama Nama Deepakaha, Aham Deepakaha. Also you can say. But I can also say I am an engineer. I am a doctor. or something like this, with respect to your profession or with respect to some of your roles. Like I am a father, I am a son, whatever. Okay, I am a teacher. So this kind of usage can also be used. So this another way to introduce yourself. So aham kaha ka. So here, if you look at this, bhavan kaha. So the question there we said bhavataha kaha. Here we are just saying bhavan kaha. Who are you? Okay, not what is your name. So the you are and you, there is a slight difference. That is what we call vibhaktihi. So here bhavan kaha. So who are you? And similarly bhavati ka. So you say strilinga. So in the pullinga it's bhavan kaha. And in the strilinga it is bhavati ka. Ka means who. Kaha in pullinga, ka in strilinga. Okay. So now we will probably come back to this because this will require some words. We will try this first. So maybe, Bharatji or Venkatji, you can ask this question to Bharatji, and Bharatji can answer and then ask the question back to you and you can answer. Okay.
Bhavan kaha?
Aham Bharatah.
I
Can
didn't
you
hear
add
you.
one more thing? Aham, some role or something you can add, some word.
Aham Mahopadhyayah.
Okay. So that means you are a teacher. Okay. Mahopadhyaya means like even more higher level of teaching. Okay. So you can ask the same question to Venkatji.
Bhavan Kaha.
Aham janakaha.
Aham Janakaha. So I am a father. It's fine. Doesn't really matter what your actual thing is. It's about more to familiarize yourself to answer these questions. Now, Alameluji and Shibaniji, can you do this conversation?
Bhavati ka.
Aham abhiyantri.
First, give your name, Ji, and then you can add this.
Aham Shibani. Aham abhiyantri.
Okay. So you can ask the question to Alameluji.
Yes. Bhavan ka. Bhavati ka.
Aham Alamelu. Aham Sahodari.
Okay. Sahodari is also a correct thing. So Sahodari comes from the root Saha Udari. Saha Udari means born of the same stomach. Okay, so is born of the same mother is Sahodari. So generally, if you look at this, the Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna of the four brothers, they are not all of them are Sahodaras. Okay, they are Bratas, brothers. We refer to them as Bratas. Okay. Lakshmana and Shatrughna are Sahodaras because they are born out of Sumitra. Okay. Whereas Rama and Lakshmana are not called Sahodaras. So these are all subtle things. If you know the meaning, you can understand it is different. The word, generally we say Sahodaran as brother. Okay, it doesn't matter. But there is a subtle difference when you talk about Sahodaras and Bratas. So Brata as a word is brother. That is where you get brother in English mostly. So some of the English words you can see that has been derived out of Sanskritam only. It seems to have some root connections there. Okay.
Mahodaya, then can I say I'm a Sikshika?
Shikshika, yeah, that is also fun. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, okay, now who is left? Pavitra ji and Sriram ji. You can do the same.
Shriramji, I'll ask. Bhavan kaha?
Sriram ji, unmute karo. भवान् म्यूट् मध्ये अस्ति श्रीराम जी
Technical difficulty.
Okay, so we will go to the next one and we'll come back to Shriram ji. Okay, so the next one I said is the mama sambandha. So it is your relation. Okay. You are related to something. So you can identify yourself through a relation also. Okay. So for example, it doesn't have to identify yourself. It is to, to talk more about you, to add more attributes to yourself. Okay, here some of the examples that are given are Mama Devaha Shivaha. My God is Shiva. Mama Devi Parvati. Okay, my goddess is Parvati. Mama Putraha Madhavaha. My son is Madhava. And so on and so forth. Mama Putri Vijaya. So my daughter is Vijaya. So you can see the subtle difference between Pullinga and Strilinga here. Putraha Madhavaha. Putri Vijaya. And then the next two things are Mama Sanganakam, my computer. Sanganakam is a Napumsakalingam. Mama Pustakam, my book. Mama Ghati is watch. Mama Dvichakrika is bicycle. So here you say Mama Bharta Vishnu. My husband's name is Vishnu. Mama Bharya Padma. My wife is Padma. Mama Pita Jayadevaha. My father is Jayadevaha. Mama Mata Subhadra. Mama Brata Vijayaha. Mama Swasa. Brata is brother. Swasa is sister. Okay, and then as I said, you can use Sahodari also. Okay. Most cases, his sister is Sahodari and are quite the same. There's no difference at all. Pitram Krishnaha. So that is friend. And Vahanam. Vahanam Toyota. So there's no Indian brand mentioned. So some Japanese brand. It's okay. So Vahanam means vehicle. Okay. So these are how you can add more attributes to yourself through introduction. Now again, we will do the same thing. We will go one by one. And you can pick one or two. So don't have to you can use some of the examples here to kind of add more to this. And then the objective is to use Sanskrit language. It's not so much to be correct or whatever. So you can try. Okay. So maybe Sri Ramji, you can start.
Mama Deva Shivaha.
That is already given. So can you try something else?
Mama Deva Vinayakaha.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Next, Bharatji.
Mama Vasam America.
No, the location will come later. So I will say, because it's not how you say that, it's slightly different. So you can use some relation, okay, instead of place. The place we will come. We'll talk about place in the next slide.
Mama Sahodara Rangarajaha.
Rangarajaha. Sahodaraha Rangarajaha. Okay. Yeah. Venkatji.
Mama Kuladeva Shiva.
Kuladeva.
Shiva.
Yeah. Kuladevaha Shivaha. So again, Sanskrit is some weird T's also. So Devaha is Pullinga, but Devata is Strilinga actually. Okay. So Devata is Strilinga. That is why I said Devata could refer to Shiva also. Okay. But Devata word itself is a Strilinga Shabda. Okay.
Can I also say Mama Eka Putri? Can I say that? Eka Putri means, can I only his child or only daughter? Something like that?
Yeah. You can say Mama Putri. That is fine. Yeah. Okay. So Eka Putri, see, Eka numbers we'll talk about later. So it will slightly get complicated as to, if you have to say that. So we'll learn that in the later class. But right now you can say Mama Putri. Right. Okay. Who is next? Pavitraji.
Mama Putraha Shri Krishnaha.
Okay. IKS. So can you introduce yourself? Sorry, I think you joined a little bit later, so I don't know your name. Sorry.
Yeah, my name is Ajoy Sharma.
Sorry, what is that?
Ajoy Sharma.
Ajoy Sharma.
Yeah.
So you
So
say
sorry for
Aham Ajoy Sharmaha.
Aham Ajoy Sarmaha.
Then can you say some relation? Mama Mata, Mama Pita, something. Can you say?
Mama Mata Naam Manju Sharma. Mam
Yeah, Mama
Pita
Mata Manju Sharma.
Mam
Okay.
Mata Manju Sharma. Mam Pita Ashok Sharma.
Okay. Ashokaha. Manju. Okay. So that's how you say that. All right. So Sharma is a common family name. So you can just use the first name. Mama Pita Ashokaha. Okay. Mama Mata Manju. So Manju is a Srilinga Shabda. Ashokaha is the Pullinga Shabda. Okay. All right. Who else? We got Alameluji.
Mama Acharyaga Mahaperiavaha. Is it right, Ji?
Yeah, so Acharyaha, so Mahaperiyava is actually a Tamil word, right? So
Okay.
it's
No, how
likely
should I say that's what I've tried. How should I make it right?
yeah, Mama Guruhu.
Mama
Okay,
Guruhu.
you can Guruhu. Acharya, I have to check actually. Acharyaha is okay, I think. Or Mama Guruhu.
Mama Guruhu.
Mama Guruhu. Kanchi
You can say
Maha
Mahaswami. You can say Mahaswami. Mahaswaminaha.
Mahaswaminaha.
Okay. Kanchi
Kanchya Mahaswaminaha. Yeah.
Mahaswaminaha. Okay.
Swaminaha.
Can I repeat
Okay.
it, sir? Mama Guruhu Kanchi Mahaswaminaha.
Yeah, correct. Okay. So yeah, good try. I think this is how you should try. Okay. Instead of you should try something out of the thing and then see how you can say that in Sanskrit. Okay. Shivani ji.
Mama Pita Satishah.
Satishaha. Okay. Satishaha is Satish you say normally, but in Sanskrit you should say Satishaha.
Satisha.
Okay, good. Who do we have to cover more? Has everyone said? Does anyone miss? Pavitra ji, I think have you said?
Yes, Ji, I told. Mama.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So everyone has said, right? Okay. We'll go to the next one now. Next one is this where do you stay or live? Okay. So to ask this question, Bhavan Kutra Vasati, and then for feminine, Srilingaha. You should say Srilingam. Should say Bhavati Kutra Vasati. Bhavan Kutra Vasati. Bhavati Kutra Vasati. You can note one thing here straight away. These are small observations you can make, and if you keep making these observations, when you actually learn some of these things, you will understand even better. So you can see that the noun words changed for the male and female gender, Srilingam, Pullingam. But the Vasati is the same. It did not change for male or female. Okay. So it's remained the same. Okay. So it will change for other reasons, but for male and female, it does not change. Okay. It is the same. Okay. Bhavan kutra vasati, bhavati kutra vasati. Okay. So the answer to this is aham. Here it says Bengaluru Nagare Vasami. Aham Melbourne Nagare Vasami. Aham Australia Deshe Melbourne Nagare Vasami. So this Melbourne Nagare means Bengaluru Nagaraha or Nagaram is the word. Okay. So Nagaram becomes Nagare when you say in Bangalore. So when you say Bangalore Nagaram, it's just Bangalore. Then you say Bangalore Nagare in Bangalore. To say in Bangalore is what this Nagare modification comes. Okay. This is called Vibhakti. This is a Saptami Vibhakti, which we will learn. Don't worry about that right now. But anything regarding location, you have to answer with Saptami Vibhakti. Okay. So that is why Bengaluru Nagare has come. Okay. So Australia Deshe. So Desham, Deshaha is the word Deshe. It transforms to Deshe. Okay. So similarly, if the location word is a pullinga, then it becomes a, nagare, deshe, etc. If it is generally, again, there are a lot of exceptions which we will learn later on. Generally, akaranta pullinga, nagaraha, nagaram, all of that will change to nagare. Okay. Similarly, strilinga will change, like for example, kanchi. Kanchi is Srilinga. Kanchi is a place in Tamil Nadu, Kanchi. So if you have to say I live in Kanchi, you have to say Kanchiam, because Kanchi is a Strilinga. So then that becomes Kanchiam, not Kanchie. Okay. So there is subtle differences in this. Anyway, we'll learn more about this. For now, the objective is not to learn about the Saptami Vibhakti. The objective is to learn about how do you answer this question. Okay. So if you try, then we can correct ourselves. So first I will answer. Say, Aham Australia Deshe Bengaluru Nagare Vasami. Okay. So you can almost always add any city you live to, and a nagaram to this. So then it becomes nagare. So you don't have to worry about whether the name of the city is Pullinga, Srilinga. So it's a very easy trick to avoid any complication right now. You can almost always say Coimbatore Nagare, Kanchi Nagare. So it does not really matter. Okay. So right now let's use that trick to kind of avoid any worry about Pullinga, Srilinga differences. Just say Bengaluru Nagare or Bharata Deshe Bengaluru Nagare Vasami. Okay. So let us now go around and then answer this question. So Venkatji.
Aham Bharatadeshe Coimbatore Nagare Vasami.
Okay. Bharatji.
Aham America Deshyam State College Nagare.
Deshe, America Deshe.
So because
Deshe only. It does not go with America. It goes with Deshe. Deshaha is the thing. Deshaha becomes Deshe. Okay. So it is like Amerikayam, then you have to say Amerikayam. So that is why I said don't worry about that. Deshe will always be Deshe only. Okay. Yeah. So if you add a Desha on the Nagara, then it becomes Deshe Nagare only. So don't worry. Yeah.
So America, Aham America Deshe State College Nagare Vasami.
Okay. Next, Sriramji.
Aham Bharatadeshe Palakkad Nagare Vasami.
Okay, good. Then Ajoy, is your name is Ajoy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aham Bharat Deshe Mumbai Nagare Vasami.
Mumbai Nagare Vasami. Okay. And then when you are in Sanskrit, you have to say Bharata Deshe, not Bharat. So Hindi, the Bharatam, Bharata becomes Bharat. That last letter is cut short in Hindi. Most for many of the things, like you say Ram. Okay, but when it comes to Sanskrit, you have to say the full thing. Unfortunately, you have to say Ramaha. Okay, not Ram. Okay, Ramaha. Okay, and similarly Rama, Bharata, all of that. Okay, all right. So who is now next? Okay, Pavitraji.
Okay. Aham America Rajye Charlotte Nagare Vasami.
Okay, Rajyam also is okay. Rajyam is Napumsakalingam, Rajye is fine. But America, Rajyam means it's a state. It is
America
not a country. Okay, so you can say America Deshe, North Carolina Rajye,
Charlotte Nagare Vasami.
Charlotte Nagare Vasami. Okay, all right. Almeluji.
Aham Bharat Deshe Kumbakonam Nagare Vasami.
Okay, so if you have to add the state also, how will you say?
Tamil Nadu se
Rajye, Tamil Nadu
okay.
Rajye.
Aham Bharat Deshe Tamil Nadu Rajye Kumbakonam Nagare Vasami.
Very good. Okay. Shibani ji.
Aham Mumbai Nagare Maharashtra Rajye Bharatadeshe Vasami.
Yeah. So you go from the city to this. So generally we go from the country macro to micro. when it comes to location. Okay, it's fine. It does not matter. Here, the important thing is to apply the Sanskrit. Okay, have I missed anyone? Has everyone answered? I think so, right? So okay. So this is the location. So we have done introduction of name, some basic attributes about ourselves. We have done the location and we have done possessions also. Okay. So that is the location. So next one is like you ask a yes, no questions. Okay. Just say, are you fine? And even you say, if you want to ask, you already know, but you're slightly doubtful whether he is this person or not. Sometimes you say, are you this person? Okay. So for that, we ask this kind of question. Okay. Kim or va. Okay. And the answer is usually am or na. Am means yes, na means no. Okay. So Bhavan samyak asti va. Bhavan samyak asti kim. So are you fine? Samyak means fine. So okay. So fine or good. Generally say I am good, I am fine. Okay. So Bhavan or Bhavati samyak asti va. Then that is Bhavati samyak asmi. Or sorry, aham samyak asmi. That's how we reply. Or you can just say am. Say yes. Yes will sound a little rude, so you have to say yes, I am fine. So aham samyak asmi. So the question is asti. The answer is asmi because aham. I use the first person then. So aham asmi. So let's not use that full sentence for now. You can just say am or na. So then say Bhavan Ramaha asti va. Are you Ram? Then let's say Bharatji, I'm asking you. Bhavan Ramaha asti va. How will you respond to that? No, you're not Ram, no? You are Bharat. You have to say na.
Na.
Correct. You have to say, how do you say na? Na. Aham Bharataha
Aham
asmi.
Bharataha. Aham Bharataha.
Ramaha nasti. Aham Bharataha asmi. Ramaha na asmi. Bharataha asmi.
Asmi.
Okay. All right. Okay. Pavitraji, I'm going to ask you now this question. Bhavati samyak asti va?
Aham samyak asmi.
Very good. Okay. So, Ajoy ji, I am going to ask you this. Bhavan Sri Ramaha asti va?
न अहम अजय अस्ति
Ajayah asti. Okay.
अजय
Asmi, not
अजय
asti. Asmi. Okay. So I think this is some general querying kind of question. Okay. So this is to then ask, okay, now here you're pointedly asking, are you fine? Okay. So instead, if you just want to say, how are you? Then you use the thing, Bhavan katam asti. So Bhavan katam asti or Bhavati katam asti. Then you say, aham samyak asmi. Aham nirogyaha or nirogya. Nirogya means healthy. So rogam means disease. Nirogam means without any disease. Okay, so that is nirogya means healthy. Okay, nirogyaha if you have to use for in the context of a male. Nirogya means female. Okay. Similarly, shrantaha, shranta. Shrantaha means tired. That is how we get this thing vishrantaha. Okay, so in Tamil, you use the word Vishranti and all that. Okay, so that is relaxed. Okay, without being tired. So Shrantaha, Shranta. Okay, so that is how you use. So, okay, so now we will again do this this pairing. We have half an hour more, right? So, yeah, correct. So we have some more time. Okay. So we'll do the pairing again. So each one will ask the other, Katham Asti, and you have to respond. Okay. All right, so Venkatji and Shriramji, you can do the conversation now.
One katam asti.
अहम सम्यक अस्मि. भवान कथम अस्ति?
अहम श्रान्तः अस्मि.
You are tired, sir? Listening.
Slowly
So you
getting
can
there.
say Vishrantah. Okay, no problem. Okay, so now next pair, Alamelu ji and Shibani ji.
भवती कथम् अस्ति?
अहं निरोज्ञा अस्मि. भवती कथम् अस्ति?
अहं विश्रान्तः अस्मि.
Vishranta asmi, because you are
Okay. अहं
Very nice.
विश्रान्ता अस्मि.
Yeah. Okay. So that is those are the things you have to keep in mind when you answer. Like, are you using the right words? Both of them mean the same. Shrantaha and Shranta mean the same, but you have to use Shranta in your case, whereas if Bharat has used, he will use Shrantaha. So that's the difference you have to constantly be aware of. Okay. So Pavitra ji, have you done? No, you've not done, right? Pavitra ji and Ajay ji, you can probably do a conversation.
भवान् कथम् अस्ति?
अहं श्रान्तः नास्मि.
Yeah, correct.
भवती कथम् अस्ति?
अहं श्रान्तः अस्मि.
Okay, everybody is either tired or not tired. Okay. Okay, who else has to go? Bharat ji, you have to do.
Yeah, I have to.
And then who else? Sriram ji, is it? Sriram ji has to do.
Acharya ji, I missed the previous one. I didn't get the chance. The previous slide. Are you?
Okay, you can do this then. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. So
Previous slide,
Bharat
but
ji
we
and
can-
Venkat ji can do. Yeah.
Bhavan
This one I
katham
did.
asti?
Okay.
This one I think Venkat did.
This one we did.
But you can ask that question to him, and then he can ask this question to you. So it doesn't matter. Yeah.
अहं सम्यक् अस्मि.
Okay, you ask the question now. The previous question.
भवान् भरतः अस्ति वा? किम्?
It doesn't matter.
Aham
Walk
Bharat-
in, both are same. Yeah.
Both
Aham
are us.
Bharatah अस्मि.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
so that is another introduction. This is more inquiry rather than introduction. Okay, so you can now um, do a full introduction based on what we have learned today. Each of you will do an introduction. So so the 3 or 4 things they have to do is first, mama nama something. I am so and so. I am what if you are able to introduce your occupation, great. Or a role or something like Adhyapika, Shikshakaha, whatever, Grihini, Chatraha, whatever. And then you have to say Chennai Nagare Bharat Deshe Vasami. So the location you have to say. And then Kim Karoti, that is another question we have missed actually. So for now you can say Karyalaye Karyam Karomi or Vidyalaye Patam Patishyami, whatever, right? So somewhere about what you do also. Okay. So we will try this, doesn't matter if you make mistakes. Okay. So if you don't know how to say this, let's try to say in English and see if we can actually say that in Sanskritam also. Okay. So this is just a exercise, right? Like at the end of the first class, if you're able to say this much in Sanskrit and you can just go and introduce yourself in Sanskrit, that's a good outcome. Okay. So we'll go one by one now. So maybe we will start with Shibani ji.
मम नाम शिबानी. अहं छात्राः. अहं महिला.
Aham Chatra.
अहं
Yes,
छात्रा.
Yeah.
अहं महिला.
Hmm.
अहं मुम्बईनगरे भारतदेशे वसामि.
Hmm.
अहं पठामि.
Patami is fine, but what is the actual work you do? Let's see if we can tell that in Sanskrit. What do you
Aham,
work as normally? Tell that in English and we'll see if we can convert that into Sanskrit.
I work as a software engineer. Aham
Software.
Sanganaka Abhiyantrika.
Sagganaka Abhiyantrika. Okay. That's more computer engineer. You can even say
Yes.
software Abhiyantrika, because software is not a very strict word you can convert. For now, you can just use software. That doesn't matter. Okay.
Okay. Aham software Abhiyantrika karyam karomi.
Yeah. Okay. So that is good. So that's a good start. Okay. Okay. Now next, Sriramji.
मम नाम श्रीरामः अहं पुरुषः I'm actually retired now, so I don't know how to say that.
So retired, I think Vishramaha. I will find out, sir, exactly how to say that. Even
Okay,
I'm
I
not very
can
clear.
say aham chatraha.
Chatraha. Yeah.
अहं भारतदेशे केरला राज्ये पालक्काड् नगरे वसामि अहं सम्यक् अस्मि.
Very good. Okay, Venkatji.
नमस्ते सर्वेभ्यः मम नाम वेङ्कटरामः अहं भारतदेशे कोयम्बत्तूर् नगरे वसामि अहं संस्कृतं भाषा छात्रः मम पुत्री ऐश्वर्या अहं कंप्यूटर what was that word I forgot
Sanganakam.
अहं सङ्गणकं कार्यं करोति
Or you can say software udyoge karyam karomi. Udyoge
Udyoge.
karyam. Software udyoge karyam karomi, you can say. Okay. Or generally karyalaye karyam karomi. Karyalaye is place of work. It can be any place of work. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, Bharatji.
मम नाम भरतः अहम् अमेरिकादेशे पेन्सिल्वेनिया राज्ये स्टेट् कालेज् नगरे वसामि अहं पेन्सिल्वेनिया विश्वविद्यालये महोपाध्यायकार्यं करोमि
Very good. Excellent. So Vishwavidyalaye in that university, Vishwavidyalaye karyam karomi. Excellent. Okay.
कार्यं
Yeah.
करोमि अहं सम्यक् अस्मि
Very good. Samyak asmi. Not
Asmi.
asti. Yeah. Okay. So who is next now? Pavitra ji.
मम नाम पवित्रा अहं जननी अस्मि अहं महिला अहं शार्लट् अहम् अमेरिकादेशे नार्त् केरोलिना राज्ये शार्लट् नगरे वसामि अहं प्रीमियरिङ्ग् कार्यालये कार्यं करोमि अहं सम्यक् अस्मि
Very good. Excellent. Okay. Now Alamelu ji.
मम नाम अलमेलु अहं शिक्षिका मम गुरुः काञ्चीमहास्वामिनः अहं भारतदेशे तमिळ्नाडुराज्ये कुम्भकोणं नगरे वसामि अहं पठामि अहं विद्यालये कार्यं करोमि अहं सम्यक् अस्मि
Excellent. Very good. Okay, Ajay ji.
मम नाम अजयः अहं प्रबन्धकः अहं पुरुषः अहं भारतदेशे महाराष्ट्रराज्ये मुम्बैनगरे वसामि अहं संस्कृत पठति अहं
पठामि संस्कृतं पठामि
अहं संस्कृतं पठामि अहं ईसीसी कार्यालये कार्यं करोमि अहं सम्यक् अस्मि
Very good. Okay, I think now you all get the idea of introducing yourself in Sanskrit. That's a very good achievement for the day, because then you're now at least able to introduce yourself. So these are some basic constructs in Sanskrit. With this, you can converse some basic conversations like how are you and all of that stuff. So now one more thing we will do, and then we will read a story. Okay. So the next one is called Sambodhanam. Sambodhanam is basically how you address a person. Okay. So for example, if it is male, to respectfully address a person, we say Mahodaya. So we say Mahodaya. So for example, we say sorry, just Sriramaha Mahodaya. Srirama Mahodaya. Okay. So we have Jayakumara Mahodaya, Sandeepa Mahodaya. So you say, and then for feminine we say Mahodaye. Okay. Pavitra Mahodaye, Alamelu Mahodaye. Okay. So there's a difference. See Mahodaya, Mahodaye. Okay. So that is why Srirama Mahodaya, okay, Venkatrama Mahodaya, Bharata Mahodaya, okay. So here the name is Bharataha, but when you talk about Mahodaya, you just say Bharata. So that is called Sambodhanam. So everything, say for example, Ramaha is the name, Rama is the Sambodhanam. So similarly, Mahodaya is the Sambodhanam. Mahodayaha is the Shabda. Mahodaya is the Sambodhanam. But for Strilinga, it is Mahodaye. Okay, so Pavitra Mahodaye, Alamelu Mahodaye. Okay, so if you have to just call Pavitra Alamelu name as without respect, it will be very different. Okay, so here we are only adding Mahodaye to avoid any complications of the change the name itself. Okay, so we are only calling Mahodaye, adding Mahodaye. That has got dual advantage. One is it is with respect, so we'll always give respect to everyone, so we won't go wrong in terms of giving respect. And then secondly, avoid complications in the Shabda changes for now. Later on, we will learn how that changes, but right now, Mahodaye. Okay. Shibani Mahodaye. Okay. Venkat Mahodaya. So all this. Okay. So this is how we address other people. Okay. So in going forward in the class, you can use the same way to address. Okay. Instead of calling someone by just name, you can add Mahodaya. So that kind of also brings in the Sanskrit into this.
Acharya,
Now,
one question here, if I may interrupt,
yeah.
please. So if it's Ramaha, should I say Ramaha Mahodaya or Rama Mahodaya?
So it's Rama Mahodaya only. Okay.
No Visarga there.
Yeah. So if for some cases, I think it is, for example, here Jayakumara Mahodaya only. Jayakumaraha is the name. Jayakumara Mahodaya. Okay. But for female, actually, strictly speaking, it should change, but we use Pavitra Mahodaya only. Okay. No, we don't change the name as such. So we just say Pavitra Mahodaya. Okay. So Visarga just get dropped in those cases. I think it is more because of Sandhi rule rather than it changing to Sambodhana. Okay. But just Visarga gets dropped when you add Mahodaya. Okay. So I'll just check this and confirm G. Okay. When I'm not 100% sure, I'll check and confirm this. Okay. So now we will learn a simple story. All of these lines are only 2-3 words, so it's not very difficult. And you'll probably understand the story. You would have heard the story in other native also. So we'll just learn this. So everyone will read one sentence and we will see if we can understand the meaning of this. Okay. So we'll start. So first, Bharatji, read the title.
Kakasya Pipasa.
Okay. Do you understand anything from it? Kakasya Pipasa means what?
A crow's thirst.
Yeah, Pipasa means thirst. Okay. So for hunger, I think it is Ashanaya. Okay. Pipasa is thirst. Okay. So anyway, we will not worry about some complicated words. It's just to build some familiarity with the words. Okay. You don't have to remember this next class. It is more around, if you keep hearing Pipasa is thirst, few occasions, that will kind of register. Okay. That is the point. Okay, Pavitraji, first 2 sentences.
एकः काकः सः
Yeah.
पिपासितः अस्ति.
Yeah. Ekaha kakaha. Kakaha means what? Crow. Okay. So it's a pullinga shabda. You can see kakaha. Not kaka. It's kakaha. Okay. So it's a pullinga shabda. So even though it's a bird, all birds will not necessarily be feminine. There will be masculine and there will be feminine. Birds are different from the actual objects. Okay. So ekaha kakaha. One, there is one bird. Okay. Then saha pipasitaha asti. Pipasitaha, we just saw, it is thirsty. Okay, asti. Now, why is the saha? That saha is used to refer to masculine generally. Okay, if it was a feminine gender, it would have been called sa. Saha means that. Okay, saha is that. So there is a crow, and that crow was thirsty. Okay. So it is not near, it is not sitting next to you, it is sitting in probably a tree or something. So you're actually showing that crow is actually thirsty. Okay. Saha. Okay, who is going to read next? Shriram Mahoday.
Saha atra pashyati, saha tatra pashyati.
Okay. So here more words. So there is an atra and a tatra. So you might be wondering what is atra and what is tatra. So pashyati means what? Can any of you guess what is pashyati?
See.
See.
Yeah. See.
Seeing.
Correct. Seeing. So saha atra pashyati. Saha refers to what here?
That.
No,
The crow.
yeah, that. But in this
That
context,
crow.
crow.
That crow.
So crow, we don't have to call kakaha everything. So just as a pronoun to refer to the crow. So saha atra pashyati. Atra is here. It sees here. Atra pashyati. Atra is here. Tatra is there. Okay. It sees there. So it's seeing here and there. Okay. So because why is it seeing here and there? For it's looking for some water. Okay. So it is thirsty. So it's seeing here and there for what? Water. Okay. So that is understood. It is just the context. From context we come to know it may be looking for some water. Okay. All right. Okay. Who is next? No, Shibani ji. Next two sentences, please.
कुत्रापि जलं नास्ति सः दूरं गच्छति.
Okay. So Shibani ji, can you guess what this would be meaning?
There is no jal. सः दूरं गच्छति. He went far away.
Yeah, correct. So kutrapi jalam nasti. So it was seeing here and there, and kutrapi jalam nasti means it couldn't find what it was looking, which is water, anywhere. Okay. So wherever it was looking here and there and it couldn't find water. Saha duram gachati. So it was going very far to see if there is water. Okay. Now, who is next? Ajoy ji, can you read the next two lines?
Yes.
Sorry, can you read? Your mute मध्ये अस्ति भवान्.
Can I read? Or
Yeah.
तत्र सः एकं घटं पश्यति काकस्य सन्तोषः भवति. सन्तोषः भवति.
What did you understand?
He saw a
Ghatam. Ghatam means what generally?
Ghatam means
It's okay. If you don't know, it's okay. Ghatam is pot. Okay.
Pot.
Some of the languages also have this word ghatam, right? So ghatam means pot. Pashyati. So he saw a pot there.
Pot.
Okay.
He saw a pot.
Yeah.
Kakasya santosha bhavati.
So
He
what does that
felt
mean?
happy.
Yeah, he felt happy.
He felt
Santosha bhavati. He saw a pot, so he inferred water may be there in the pot, so he was suddenly happy because he was not finding water anywhere, and suddenly he saw a pot. Maybe there is water there, so that is why he was happy. Okay. Okay. Next, Pavitra ji, have you read? Yeah, you have read already. Okay.
Can I
Venkatji?
switch? Yeah.
Yeah.
किन्तु घटे जलं स्वल्पम् एव अस्ति कथं जलं पिबामि इति काकः चिन्तयति किन्तु but the water in the pot was little swalpam
Yeah. Swalpam
katham
means little. Okay.
little
Yeah.
katham jalam
Swalpam eva asti. Little only. Eva is only.
eva asti only.
Yeah. Eva is emphasis. Only. So there is only little water in that pot. Okay. Yeah.
Katham jalam pibami. How will I drink? Iti kaka chintayati. Thinking. How is it thinking? I mean, how will I drink?
The crow thought, how am I going to drink? Given that water is so little, it can't put its beak deep down to get the water. How is it going to drink? Okay.
Chintayati.
Okay. So next, Alameluji. Have you read? You have not read.
I'll read.
Yeah.
Kakah chaturah asti ekam upayam karoti. The crow has thought some yojana or it has to do something for it, and one upayam it just start.
Yeah. Kakah chaturaha asti. Chaturaha means intelligent, but the crow was intelligent. Okay. Ekaha upayam karoti. He found a way. It found one way to get to drink the water. Okay. So that is the two sentences. Okay. Now who else has to read? Sriram Mahoday, have you read?
Yes, I have read, Mahoday.
Okay. So everybody has read then. So we can start again now. So Bharat Mahoday, so you can read the next two.
Saha Shilakhandam Anayati Ghate Porayati.
Yeah. So what did you understand from that?
Second one, like it filled the pot.
Yeah. So
The
Shilakhandam means stone pebbles, small stone pebbles.
Okay.
So Shila means stone, Khandam means a small cut stones, small stones. Okay. So what did it do? Anayati. Anayati means it brought. It brought some stones. So Shilakhandam Anayati. It brought some stones. Gatam Gate Purayati. So it filled the pot with those stones. Okay. All right. Who else? Pavitra Mahoday.
पुनः पुनः एवं करोति जलम् उपरि आगच्छति.
Yeah. So what did you understand?
Again and again he did the same thing.
Yeah. We did what? Did same thing means what?
Put the
stones.
tried to bring the stones into the pot.
Yeah. It brought stones and put it into the pot. Okay.
Jalam upari agachati. Jalam, the water started coming up.
Coming up. Because the stones went, so water came up. Okay. So yeah, Shibani-ji, next two.
Kakah jalam pibati kakasya sukham bhavati.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Crow drank that water and he felt happiness.
Okay. And then Venkatji, next line and the Niti also.
Swasthanam gachati.
Yeah.
It went back to its place.
Yeah.
Niti buddhihi sarvayaha samasyayaha samadhanam karoti.
Yeah. So what did you understand from that?
If you apply your mind, you will get happiness or peace.
Yeah. If you apply your mind, you will get a solution to anything. Samadhanam, samasyayaha, all the problems, solution, samadhanam karoti. Okay. Sarvayaha, so all kinds of problems, you will get a solution if you apply your mind. Buddhi. Buddhi means mind. Okay. So very simple story. Okay. So now I know that individually every word you may not have known or you may not be familiar with the grammar and all that, but still just reading this you can get a good fair outline of the story as such. That's a very simple sentence construct. There's nothing complicated about it. The advantage of doing this, even though you did not know every single word and all that. You could still guess, infer the meaning. The advantage of doing this is that it will slowly build the vocabulary and the structures. Okay. So what we will try and do is every week we will put a small story like this, which we can read. Okay. So hopefully that was helpful. Prashnaha santi va? You have any questions
Guruji,
on
in
anything?
some places, the Haland, I'm not sure if the spelling is correct, but in some places I thought there were some Halands that were missing, but I'm not sure if that is my mistake or
No, you tell me
maybe
which place.
in even in this story, one place I thought I saw. Maybe one of the previous slides, Guruji. I don't know.
On the slide with asking the question,
Yeah.
Kim Nama, I think there you had a Halant.
Asmi here. Aham. Next one, Ji. Asmi. Not this one. Sorry, not this one, Ji.
This one?
So here, Bhavana, it's written, right? Guruji, is it correct?
Yeah. That Halant is missing. Yeah, that is Bhavan only. Yeah,
Bhavan.
not Bhavana. It's Bhavan only. Yeah, correct. That's some mistake.
Similarly, the opening slide, I can understand because typing in English letters and translating will have the problem. In the Griha Karyam, the first slide.
Yeah, I think that also would have had the alarm.
It's Gruha, it's written Gruha. Is that also accepted?
No. It's no. It's Griha Karyam only. Not, this is not correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like I'm also trying to find trying to use the
typing with English
Sanskrit. So
letters and then
sometimes some mistakes like this can occur. My apologies in advance, but thanks for diligently catching that. Okay.
no problem.
So
No, I was wondering if there's another way to spell it.
no, it is not that. It is see, in Sanskrit, that's the beauty part, right? There is nothing like, multiple ways to spell a word or whatever. Okay, like, and if there is if it's spelled a particular way, it is pronounced that particular way only. There is nothing different. It's not like CUT cut and but 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 and PUT is put. Like, what logic is there? We don't know. But in Sanskrit, you don't get such problems at all.
Very phonetic, yeah.
Yeah, very phonetic and very structured. So that is why it is a very logical language also. Okay. So any other questions, Prashnaha? Okay, so I hope you all have joined that classroom, both Google Classroom. You might all have received invitation for that. And secondly, also to the WhatsApp group. I hope you all were able to join both these things. So because it's important, the communications will happen through these primarily, not through mails. It will probably be WhatsApp. So if you can join, that will really help. And also the homework and these slides, etc., will be posted in the Google Classroom. So it is important you join Google Classroom also. I hope all of you have got the invitation from Arsha Seva Kendram for that, so you can accept and join that. Yeah.
Mahodaya, I need the class code. Actually, I couldn't join from the link in the Google Classroom. I'm in the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
If I've sent message also yesterday in the WhatsApp group, if the class code is there, I can easily join as it is my institution mail. I couldn't join with the link what they have given.
Okay. So what I'll do, Ji, I'll find out and post in the WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay.
If it helps, I have it open. I can just share it here itself.
Yeah, you can share it here itself, sir, if you can.
1 minute.
Okay. Meanwhile, any other question on this classroom
question
logistics?
I had, Guruji, about Gata. Is it the first ta or the whole like a zero?
No, it's the first ta only. Gata is first ta only. Yeah.
Thank you. I'll just share this. Put it in the chat.
Yeah. Okay. So I think the first homework, we are not planning to give anything complicated. So what I would encourage you to do is to use these introductory kind of sentences, apply in different contexts. Maybe you can use different names, different types of occupation, and see if you're able to do that. And a very good resource will be this site called Sanskrit, learnsanskrit.cc. Hope you're able to see this. So it allows you to convert, like for example, I tried to see what is mother-in-law. Okay, Shwashru is mother-in-law. It's a F. F means feminine. Okay, pulling, Strilinga Shabda. So similarly, you can find out any words you want. You can type and then English to Sanskrit and Sanskrit to English. Let's say you want to see what is accountant in Sanskrit. Okay, accountant in English, what does that mean? So Lekha Palaha. It's a male pullinga Shabdaha. Lekha Palaha. So if you want to say I am an accountant, you can use this to kind of say Lekha Palaha. That's how you can. So what I would like you to do is, like, obviously there'll be some homework that we posted, but also in your context, if you are not able to explain yourself, your profession clearly, you don't know what that means in Sanskrit. Even I may also not know, but you can use these kind of resources to kind of then see what the real meaning is. And if there's any difficulty, we can discuss next class also. Okay. So that is that's where we will. Okay, now. Yeah. I think any other question you have? Okay, we're almost time. So we will finish with the Mangala Shlokaha. ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ. So we will stop. So we will meet the next class. As I said, please, the slides will be posted. You can go through that and also practice, introducing yourself with more and more elaborate attributes and introductions. Okay, so that will help you converse better. So we'll continue in the next class. Okay, for further lessons. If there's anything, please post your questions in chat in the WhatsApp, and we will try to answer as early as possible. Namaste ji.
One question, Guruji, before you leave.
Yeah.
When I click on the Google Classroom link, it says class not found.
Oh, I don't know, ji. I'll have to find out actually. Let me put the Google. You were able to get the number or something that Alameluji was asking?
I put it in the chat. Acharya ji,
Okay,
I
you
put it in the chat.
chat. Okay, you saw that, Alameluji?
Sir,
Yeah,
you
yes,
have to.
yes, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
sir, you have to join the class with same email ID.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
you will not get the link.
Yeah, I'm joined the same email ID only.
Okay. All right. So I'll have to understand what the issue is. Anyway, I will try to I'll check with them also, because it is centrally sent from the Ashra Seva Kendram. I did not send it from here. It was all sent centrally. So I'll check with them and see if there's any way out of that. Okay. Thank you, G. Thanks, everyone. We will meet next class. Yeah.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
Namaste,
ಮಹೋದಯ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಮಹೋದಯ.
Yeah.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.